There's not a single good argument you could make for having AI replacing YouTubers or anything like that. The literal only motivating factor is easy money. There's not a single argument Kwebbelkop can make that is anything other than it's free money. This is something he's extremely proud of and thinks is a good thing, which I don't understand the delusion of. There is nothing good about replacing people with AI across the board. There isn't.
We need to remove the human element. Yes, it sounds crazy, but we need robots, we need computers.
That's spoken like a man who really cares about the content. If I'm to own 5 million channels, I realize the weakest link is the goddamn human. I don't know why he thinks this is something to be happy about. Again, this is purely just profit-driven greed.
Kwebbelkop originally was one of the biggest gaming channels on YouTube, and the game that brought in the views was GTA 5 that, along with his other YouTuber friends Jellian's that later became the YouTube trio known as Robust, were bringing in hundreds if not billions of views. The trio was getting so much traction that they were even picked up by Floor Gang CEO PewDiePie into his YouTube network Rebel Mode, alongside with other big names like Markiplier and Jacksepticeye that now has autism. Kwebbelkop, like many others, he was grinding YouTube. He was uploading at least a video every day, and he did that for 9 years.
27th of August 2012, I said to myself, I'm never gonna miss a day of uploading, no matter what happens, and every day I'm gonna make a video that's better than the one before.
But we all know that success is just like a speed. If you speed up, the speed is going to come back down, and if you're not careful, it's going to hit you. And Kwebbelkop is a good example because he went from averaging more than 100 millions of views every month to just 5 to 10 millions of views in just a year, a drop of 90%. Kwebbelkop was experiencing burnout.
Posting a video a day is insanity. It is crazy, especially if you do multiple videos a day. And after the breakup, I thought, okay, you know what? Maybe I should live my life a little bit more. Maybe I should take more care of myself. I really felt burned out. I genuinely had a burnout. And after all of that, I just wanted to live a little bit more and just have more fun in life rather than sitting there mindlessly pumping out videos and feeling like I'm just running a machine. That I am a machine. I'm not. I'm a human. I have feelings too.
After 5 years of making videos together, Kwebbelkop distanced himself from the Robust trio. Instead of making content with them, he was making reaction videos. When the fans started noticing, he addressed the situation, uploading a video "Why I Left Jellian's Logo." Kwebbelkop explained that he got depressed and he had to put YouTube aside to focus on his mental health.
I ended up getting a depression, which I've never ever said anywhere publicly, but it was also holding them back because I couldn't give them the energy that they needed to make these videos good. It wasn't a clear-cut, bye guys, see you tomorrow, and instead it was me joining less and fewer recordings.
The job of his dream of being a YouTuber, he wasn't enjoying it anymore. But what if there's something that allows him to do YouTube, the thing that he loves the most, without him doing the actual job? Something like an AI persona. He started collaborating with a YouTuber called Tiger, but that also didn't end up well. After growing the channel up to 800,000 subscribers, Tiger suddenly stopped uploading. Months later, Tiger would explain what happened in a different channel called Liger, where he explained that he was no longer friends with Kwebbelkop.
Everyone is asking the same thing. Why are you not uploading to Tiger, and what happened between you and Kwebbelkop? Well guys, it essentially boils down to one thing, and that is that me and Kwebbelkop are actually no longer friends. I feel hurt, I feel disappointed, I feel betrayed, and most of all, I feel forgotten.
Somehow, Kwebbelkop claimed ownership over Tiger's channel and later uploaded a disturbing video that would later shift his entire view of YouTube content creation. He cloned Tiger's voice and attached it to an image.
He made this cartoon character, cloned my voice, and put it on the Tiger channel. Listen, Jordy, this cartoon version of you might be your best friend, but I'm not your best friend, okay? I'm not even your friend.
Imagine one day a person that you trusted cuts you out of his life and replaces you with an AI copy of you and uses it to make views and money. The two would later make peace on Twitter, with Kwebbelkop saying life is too short to have enemies. But right after he said that, he blocked Tiger on Twitter.
But then for some reason, my man decided to block me. But you know what, man? I don't care.
And just like an evil scientist, the conflict with Tiger worked like an experiment where he discovered the solution of his previous problem. He wanted to do YouTube, the thing that he loved the most, but he ended up hating it because he was doing it for 10 years straight. So why not having an AI clone replace him, just like he did with his friend Tiger? Unfortunately, we cannot deny that his AI content is not working, because a month later after the drama he had with Tiger, Kwebbelkop launched the channel Blue, a VTuber gaming channel with an AI voice. I say unfortunately because since April 2024, he's averaging 20 million of views per month with 3 million subscribers and with almost a billion of views. With a conservative estimate of $2 for every 1,000 of views, he's making roughly $40,000 a month and made close to $2 million. And this could potentially push other people into doing the same because they're pushed by numbers and money, risking to fill YouTube with bunch of AI slops. Like for example, the most viewed videos on YouTube in the past few months were AI generated emotional videos about cat stories, bringing hundreds of millions if not billions of views. Or this guy that just got 500 million of views in just 30 days impersonating celebrities using AI. This was eventually stopped by YouTube because they prioritize actual humans creators. But this shows that Kwebbelkop was right. AI content is so powerful that YouTube itself had to step in and do something. In 2023, Kwebbelkop launched the YouTube channel called Kwebbelkop AI, a fully automated channel by AI that reacts to whatever gameplay is in front of it. And Charlie, most critical, quickly called him out, saying that there is no reason for it other than for quick money.
There's not a single good argument you could make for having AI replacing YouTubers or anything like that. The literal only motivating factor is easy money. You would then no longer have to do anything. That is the only reason. There's not a single argument Kwebbelkop can make that is anything other than it's free money. He was once a massive channel pumping out tons of like Let's Play videos for Minecraft, GTA, and all of that. And then he made a hard pivot into AI, just going full cannonball into the deep end of the pool of AI. In particular, AI generated content. So he made a separate channel for a VTuber called Blue or something like that. I think it was Blue. And it was kind of an experiment. That's when he was just first getting a little wet with it. So he had the water wingies on. It was a VTuber, but they still made the content. There was still someone behind it. But he wanted to go even harder. What he envisioned for a perfect world was all AI generated content. And I said, we're probably not far off from that being a reality. And you guys called me crazy. You said, Charles, go back to your padded cell. You're speaking nonsense. You're speaking gobbledygook. Like, that doesn't make any sense. And now, 2 days ago, he's released his first AI video. So all of the money he invested into it, all of the money that he's used on the startup, he is now putting into full effect. I think he owns like 20 channels as well. And he wants to make all of them basically AI centric, so that way it's all made by AI, so it's as minimal as possible for maximum content. And it flopped. The views aren't big or anything, but you have to remember this probably didn't even have him in the same room. Someone had to have played Minecraft, sure, but here.
Today, I am stuck.
He is not here. This is all AI.
Watch until the end to find out. Oh my god, guys, it says break the block below you, but I can't lie, I'm kind of scared because I'm not sure.
So everything that's being said here, the VTuber avatar, the fucking bitmoji of him, and all of the dialogue and everything is AI. So he never even had to record. They just needed some kind of gameplay, at least for now. Eventually, they'll probably be able to just have the AI do some rudimentary gameplay. And he can just pump these things out endlessly across like 20 channels.
And 2 days later, Charlie published the video "You Called Me Crazy," criticizing Kwebbelkop and his decisions.
We need to remove the human element. Yes, it sounds crazy, but we need robots. We need computers.
That's spoken like a man who really cares about the content. If I'm to own 5 million channels, I realize the weakest link is the goddamn human. Organic is cringe. Machines are the way I do it. So I hired this entire team to build VTubers with AI scripts. to pump out as much shit as I possibly can across 1,000 channels.
And you can start as many channels as you want because they all function under the same brand. It's like Spider-Man, okay? There's so many different Spider-Mans.
Why do you view that as a good thing? Why do you view this situation as a good thing? I mean, for you, I get it because it's a lot of money owning all those channels and all the ad revenue. But as someone who keeps presenting himself as a guy who doesn't care about the money and does it for good content, how can you possibly sit here and try and convince your audience of Kwebbelflops that this is a good thing? Just a million channels of completely soulless generated scripts. This is so shameless. Holy shit.
But after saying all these things, the questions remains the same. Is Kwebbelkop right? Since AI is getting better every day, is the future of content creations, video games, movies and general entertainment going to be replaced by AI, making completely obsolete the content made by actual humans? Not only time will tell, but also YouTube's decisions will.